Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Nancheng, Military Community. Unit 3 Building 101, a clear doorbell interrupted He Mu's thoughts. Excuse me, is He Mu there? In the room, He Mu, who was sitting in the wheelchair, trembled slightly when he heard some serious voice, and then returned with some hoarse voice. Yes. Then he gently pressed a button on the wheelchair. Drop. The door opened with an electronic sound. In came a soldier, carrying a suitcase. See that some familiar suitcase, He Mu pupil constantly shrink, breathing in this moment has become a little difficult. My brother. My brother, He Feng, the guardian of Tianmen District, Lingzhou City, has been killed. These are his relics. Please sign for them. The soldier saluted, and then sent a list and a pen to He Mu. Looking at the list, He Mu couldn't get back to God for a long time. Today is his 18th birthday. In previous years, there will be birthday cakes and gifts customized by his brother. But today, it's the legacy of elder brother He Feng that comes to our door. Although before that, because he couldn't get in touch, he had a bit of speculation in his heart, but he still couldn't accept it. After all, his brother is his last relative in the world. How did my brother die? He Mu shook his hands and took the list. The reason why his hands tremble is because of emotional fluctuations, and because he suffered a heavy injury when he was young, and his whole body was almost paralyzed. So far he has not recovered. If it wasn't for advanced technology, it would be difficult for him to take care of himself. The soldier was slightly wrinkled after hearing the words. After a while, he said, I can't talk about it in detail, but it will be reported in the news. I see. He Mu answered and began to sign. Brother is the guardian of Tianmen District, Lingzhou City. In this world, all the guardians are strong, and the fight between the strong, if you move, there will be no bones. In his opinion, the soldier in front of him may have considered his feelings, which is not clear. Hard to sign the word, He Mu will return the list back. Is there no other way of saying that? Sorry, no more. The soldier looked at He Mu apologetically, then carefully put the box beside the wheelchair, finally saluted and turned to leave the room. As soon as he left, He Mu looked at the familiar suitcase again. For a moment, He Mu was at a loss. After 18 years in this parallel world, he was the only one left. I don't know how long it's been. He Mu recovered, took out his mobile phone from his arms and began to search for relevant news. A moment later, he found some news that had just come out. 3 days ago, Tianmen district of Lingzhou City was attacked by a giant monster, and the death toll has reached 732. They include He Feng, the guardian of Tianmen district, and Professor Lu Zhen, a famous geneticist. These messages are accompanied by some videos. He Mu takes a deep breath and clicks to play them. This video is made up of several street surveillance clips. The first segment is the ordinary streets, pedestrians and vehicles. But a few seconds later, the situation suddenly changed, and a monster several tens meters high fell from the sky, directly trampling the road into 2 sections. Under the strong impact, all the people and cars around were blasted out. A kind of monster, giant pincers. The comprehensive combat effectiveness is 995, with good eyesight and hearing. Its weakness is located in the middle of the abdominal thread, where it can only withstand the attack of 900 combat effectiveness. Its giant pincers have strong attack power, and can burst out attacks with more than 1000 combat effectiveness. Seeing the monster, He Mu said to himself like a reflex. This information comes from Monster Illustrated Book, which was a compulsory subject for students before, but later it was removed due to the increasing number of recorded monsters. He Mu had been paralyzed for more than 10 years, and basically taught himself at home. My brother is a red fog warrior with 1000 combat power, and he has been honed in the army for 5 years. Even if he is not in good condition, he will not die in the hands of the giant clamp beast. Is there any other monster? He Mu is puzzled. Then, as soon as the picture turned, a scene appeared on the screen that made him more unable to understand. A familiar figure is frantically fleeing under the pursuit of giant pincers, and the direction of fleeing is Institute of Biology. Then, the huge double tongs of the giant tongs beast smashed down, and the picture stopped abruptly. He Mu shakes his head subconsciously, his eyes are full of disbelief. No way. No way. Even if my brother is defeated, he will not choose to run away directly, and he will not take the monster to the Institute of Biology. But that figure he also can't admit a mistake, is his elder brother He Foam. But how? He Mu took a look at the comments under the video, only to feel worried. Countless people accused his brother of fleeing, which also mixed with ugly abuse. At this time, He Mu just understood why the soldier just didn't want to explain the cause of his brother's death. I see. He Mu put down his mobile phone, feeling extremely complex, the mind is a paste. At a loss, the past scenes, like a lantern, appeared in his mind. What kind of person is my brother? As a witness, he can't be clearer. When I was 5, my brother was 12. One night, a black-haired mouse invaded the house. The fighting power of this monster is only 1, but 1 also represents the strength of 100 kilograms. Ordinary adults may not be able to deal with it. That night, the elder brother took a kitchen knife, blocked in front of his bed, fought for serious injury and killed the black-haired rat. Approaching the coma, he said, "Xiao Mu, the doctor will come later and ask them not to inform Dad. Dad is in the front line and can't be distracted, otherwise there will be danger." From then on, he felt that his brother was precocious. When I was 8, my brother was 15. In that year, after entering the hospital 4 times, my brother successfully absorbed the red fog and became a red fog soldier. Later, he was interviewed by the Guardians of Nanching because of his bravery. When the Guardian asked him why he was so bold, he replied, "My father is a soldier. He said it is our duty to protect ordinary people." Since then, he has been strongly supported by Nanching Tingyun Fund. That night, my brother pushed his wheelchair around half of the southern city. In the blood-red moonlight, he bravely said to himself, "Xiaomu, in fact. In addition to curing you, I have a dream. Don't laugh at me if you say it. I hope I can become the most powerful red fog warrior, eliminate all monsters and avenge my parents." He was 11 years old and his brother was 18 years old. That year, he joined the army and left Nanching. When he came back, it was 5 years later. Compared with when he left, he had grown up to be a resolute adult with countless honors in exchange for blood. That day, he said to himself, "Xiaomu, I'm going to Tianmen district of Lingzhou city as a guardian in a while. Lingzhou is a big city, and there are many big people. Maybe I can find a way to cure you. Don't worry, I only work as a guardian in Tianmen district for 3 years. After 3 years, I will return to Nanching and become a guardian of Nanching. From then on, if there is no special task, I will not leave Nanching." However, these 3 years have not been able to wait. He Mu dropped his head, and the past was too bad to look back. Over the years, he witnessed the growth of a teenager, and he even pinned part of the protagonist's dream on that teenager. The teenager never let him down. If it had not been for the family, he would have wanted to try again. A man like my brother would not make such a mistake. Think of here, He Mu issued a whisper from the throat, then took out the mobile phone, dialed a num. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.